Kevlar, if you wanted to see what vehicles this game has, which by the way, Tofos, there's a double-decker.
Really? Ooh.
It's a double-decker car. It's a car on top of a car. I need to change my vehicles anyway.
Guess what I'm eating, guys?
I have no idea and don't want to know.
My own dead skin.
It's disgusting.
So, Tofas, you ready?
Kevlar, Tofos, why don't you take a look at this for a sec?
I will, but the thing is I'm loading into GTA Online and I'm scared.
Tofas!
No! No!
Seriously?
Yeah. You can watch this if you want to see just what this game has to offer you, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, there's all kinds of vehicles. You can race lawnmowers, for fuck's sake. They added another car. It's called a bumper car. It drives like shit, though. Very top heavy. So Kevlar, what have you been doing recently?
Me?
Yeah.
Just playing two games. Two Pacific games. Genesis Alpha 1 and Gollum Gates. It appears Tofas might have ditched me, so I guess I'm going to go.
If you want, before you can just take a look at this and see what I'm doing.
Alright.
Turn radius is really garbo.
Yeah, the messed up part is I just wanted to play one game and I would have played whatever game he wanted. He was like, nope, nope. Avoided it yesterday, now avoiding it today.
I know. I understand what you mean, Kevlar. One of my friends technically keeps trying to do a police chase in Crew 2, which I would have no problem with. But he's fucking with a guy that's the best chopper pilot.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense, does it?
Nope.
I mean, he acts like I'm, like, avoiding it for no reason. I'm avoiding it for a clear-cut reason. If I can do a barrel roll in a if I can do a barrel roll in a helicopter, you're not gonna outrun me. So what'd you think of the vehicle?
Yeah. Looks nice.
This game has like a bit of skill to it.
Yeah, and the other thing that got me a little bit triggered is when he started cheating in the survival world. That got me a little bit triggered. Because he starts spawning in diamond gear and then tridents and then starts spawning in whatever resources he needs to build his house. When I'm just grinding for everything. Yeah, that does not seem fair whatsoever.
No, it doesn't, actually. and I agree with you entirely. You
Because
played Armored Warfare recently?
No, I stopped playing that game a while back. But I still play War Thunder, that's for sure, but not as much as before.
Yeah, because they removed... The reason I quit was because I was going to get one tank and one tank only. The mouse.
Was it the... Yep.
And ever since they removed it, I've been pissed because they stated it was technically not required and it didn't exist. Bullshit, motherfucker. Go straight to Russia. The damn thing's been sitting there for years. Not only that, ever since it was captured, it's been there. I mean, sure, the turret and the hull are not exactly the same. They're prototypes of the... Technically, they're the prototype of the mouse, but still, it exists. And yet
there's actually 2 copies of them. I think one saw combat while one was like in the back lines.
Well, one was going to see combat until the damn thing got stuck. Remember, 150-ton tank versus Russian mud.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the vehicle didn't fucking see combat. It tried to see combat. The thing was just too damn heavy.
Yeah, well, if I remember correctly, it could probably take a beating than all of the other tanks. The Tigers...
Let's just say the Tiger couldn't pin it, the IS-2 couldn't pin it. Anything that had like a high caliber gun that at the time that could kill a Tiger couldn't kill that thing.
Yeah, so if they equipped that with enough guns, that could have been devastating.
And they did. A 75mm coaxial with a main gun. Hell, you want to know what tank they said doesn't exist but is on blueprints? War Thunder, if you're listening to me, get your ass in gear! There's technically a tank that was in... You ready for this? This tank was going to be designed on the P-1000... It was the P-1000 Land Cruiser. Guess what that had? It had the Bismarck turret as the main gun. It had a secondary in the hull and 2 mouse turrets, 3 Kugelblitzes. Could you imagine if that was in the game and you could play that at tier 10? One, you would be fucking invincible because, you ready for this? The tank was technically designed with a battleship's engine in mind. As in, it would use a ship's motor to move around.
Isn't that like the similar design to those like Russian tanks that have like a large main body but have incredible amount of crew?
No, okay. The tank, okay, you want to know how much crew that thing would have?
How much?
27. A driver, a gunner, a commander, a gunner and commander for the secondaries, 2 gunners and a commander for the anti-air. Think about how many crew it would take to crew that thing. And all the skill that would be based with it.
That would be like a mobile flak and anti-tank variant in a nutshell.
And you ready for this? You can kill it. Why? It's, you ready for this? Slow, heavy. The only thing it can't deal with is bombs. How hard is it to bomb the mouse tank?
Not that hard because it's relatively big.
No, it's not just that. The mouse tank is fucking terribly slow. Like, think about it. I've seen the mouse tank get bombed more times than anything. Hell,
you know what I'm wondering?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm wondering if they're gonna add some of like the vehicles, like what was these certain vehicles that I had in mind? There was a German tank. You remember that German like
I'm just waiting until they add. I'm just waiting until they add this, which would make you mad. In World of Tanks Online or PC, they have this new armored fighting vehicle. It's technically an AMX. Okay, imagine this: an AMX. You know, the little bitty itty bitty fucker, the fast little bitch, with 6 wheels. Take that in mind. The 2 center wheels can be hooked up in order to go faster. On top of that, you ready for this? If it really needs, it can go fast in reverse and forward at 90 kilometers an hour. It can pop in, shoot you, pop out as quick as possible.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if they're gonna add like that German tank. That, you remember that early version of the tow missile tank they had for the Germans?
Which one? The one that had the V2?
No, it was like the Sturmpanzer, I think that's what they called it.
Sturm Tiger, bonehead. The Sturm Tiger.
Yeah.
Well,
Wasn't there
no,
like an
no,
earlier
no,
version of that?
no. You've got that misconstrued concept. That's the Sturm Tiger is not an ATGM vehicle. It is technically an anti-tank mortar. Here's why. The Sturm Tiger has a 300mm mortar. That's all it is. It's just a rocket-propelled mortar. The one that would be really terrifying is the Karl Garat mortar. This 600mm mortar. Think about that.
Yeah.
That thing has a massive 600mm gun. That thing could fell buildings alone. By itself,
Like,
with just one shot.
You just imagine having that thing like in 5 or 4.0. That would be crazy.
Well, it would be the German version of the KV-2. I mean, they could add it, and here's why. One, it's big, it's slow, and it's lightly armored. It could technically be a tank destroyer. I mean, think about it on a logical standpoint. The Karl Garat is technically an anti-tank mortar, correct? That was the same standard for the Brummbau. The Brummbau was supposed to be an anti-tank mortar, but they turned it into a tank destroyer. The Karl Garat mortar is technically a tank destroyer. Could you imagine the skill needed to fire that?
Yeah, I think you just have to align the shot, you know, like basically face forward to your target and hit the
The gun doesn't turn a full 360 degrees. It only traverses left to the right.
Yes, so that's why you have to be careful when you shoot. Actually,
No, and once you shoot, no offense. Here's what would happen. Once you shoot, you become a giant fucking target because they see the giant muzzle flash. Like, if a plane's like above, like, listen, if a plane's above you, all of a sudden, all they see is a giant fucking shockwave and a muzzle flash.
It's basically the equivalent of basically a coastal cannon in a nutshell.
Yes! Could you imagine them going, what the fuck just flew past me? That would be a mortar shell. Attack! I mean, all it would take is one rocket strike and the damn thing's dead. It would be not only balanced, it would be equally balanced with aircraft in play and tanks. I mean, you can shotgun people with it, but it's going to be a hard target because you can't lower the gun past, 46 degrees.
But it's still pretty fun to use if you have like a full squad of them.
Oh my... Do you know what's funny? There's an anime game that would make you love it. The anime game has 3 tanks you can choose from. Guess what one of them is?
What?
The Karl Garat mortar. I saw a 6-man squad of those things take on a platoon of those new tanks?
New tanks?
The new age tanks. What? You know, those big things.
I'm not too familiar with that.
Technically, the XM1s, Abramses, and the Leopards.
Oh, yeah, those.
The Leopards literally got flipped the fuck over from the blast. I mean, the shell didn't hit them. It hit the ground beside them, but it flipped their ass over.
Yeah.
Hell, one of the XM1s got hit directly, and it blew him in half.
You just imagine having a squad of them and then having bomber support above. That would be deadly.
That would not only be deadly, that would be the insane amount of hell yeah. I mean, you know what I would love about that? The fact that you could mortar people from like 1,000 meters away. Like, think about this. That gun could go straight up and down. Just like
since you're adding a bunch of new things to War Thunder, that could be possible.
Not only that,
could be.
Just think of it on a logical standpoint. The gun fires, you get instantly spotted due to the fact that the muzzle flash and the shockwave from the blast gives away your position because everything around you would be blown to smithereens like they would see a massive dust cloud. If you can't see that, you're blind.
Because we have basically everything in a tech tree except Artie, which is probably
Well, they're
needed.
adding Artie. They have one of the Japanese ones, the one that has the proximity fuse. But think about the Carl Garot mortar. You wouldn't even have to aim the damn thing. I mean, you want to know how much explosive mass was in one HE shell?
How much?
About the size of a Tomahawk missile.
Ooh.
That thing landing in any general vicinity near a tank would be fucking dead. All he would have to say is, Yeetus Bobetus, Fuckayu, Kaboom.
You know, that makes me imagine, is there such a thing as an armor-piercing round?
It did have an
For that?
armor-piercing round. It was technically a bunker-felling round.
Ooh.
The round was technically designed to go through bunkers.
Yeah, but if that thing hits a tank, it's probably gonna die within an instant.
No shit,
But
it's a 600mm mortar shell.
But
I mean,
it could get easily killed, so there's some balancing if they spot you before you spot them.
Well, even if
So,
they spot you, you do have the ability to shotgun. Like, think about it. They spot you, you look at them. They get you on a really fucked up angle where your gun's able to get as far down as possible. You look them in the eye. You go, you feeling lucky, punk? Kaboom. Decapitation Nation.
You know, I'm wondering, wasn't there like a German army that just put some massive missile barrage to structures and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Because it was like basically another version of the Katusha launcher in a nutshell. But a
It
little bit
wasn't
more
the
armored.
Katusha, it was actually, it was the V2.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, it was the V2. Like, imagine the V2 rocket firing like... The V2, there was technically one that was a guided munition, just like the, you know, the one for the ships. You know that one?
Oh, so basically if you aim at a target, it's going to follow that target?
No, it like, you can guide it yourself because it had wings. Just like the Fritz. Imagine that. Flying at your face. Don't know. Right now, currently, I'm demolition derbying the piss out of enemies right now. Fuck are you? Like, if you want to see exactly how lethal this shit is, this would make you ornery as fuck. This would give you a hard-on. The fuck out of my way, biatch.
You're wondering what happened, Angry? Basically, he went to go play with his friends GTA Online. And I didn't even get a single chance to play one game.
Oh, by the way, Angry, you want to know what me and Fiercer or Kevlar are thinking about like thinking War Thunder could add for a new tank? The Carl Garot mortar. No, Angry. You know the Carl, right? Jesus Christ, I'm fucking everything up. Get the fuck out of my way, you bitch. Damn, I may have lost a wheel, I'm still mobile.
If you have like 6 wheels, you could probably stay mobile if you lose 2 wheels.
3 wheels, actually. There's technically a vehicle in this game that would piss you off. It's called the Reliant Robin.
Why is that?
It's got 3 wheels.
Oh.
Damn, I just pancaked that car. Like I damn near killed him with just a single... But Kevlar, how balanced would the Carl Garot mortar be, in your opinion?
Well,
He went to another
think he went to
person's party to play
It's either
GTA 5
bullet-
online.
Yeah, he was wait. I forgot the name of the person he was waiting for. Yeah, even though I was asking him constantly, and he said he would play with me after he was done with that. He was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave, see ya. Wow. Wow.
Angry, can you hear me? You want to know what me and Kevlar were thinking about adding to War Thunder as a very good anti vehicle? Okay, Angry, imagine this. Angry, you ready for what me and Kevlar were trying to think of? Imagine this. You know the Carl Garot mortar, right? Imagine adding that as a tank destroyer. How, like me and Kevlar were explaining, how balanced would it be? Very balanced. Because one, it may be a 600mm mortar shell, but as soon as you fire the damn thing, you're going to be spotted from a mile away.
And you're lightly armored, and you're a little bit slow, so...
No, you really are
Yeah.
slow. The thing's top speed was only 19 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 600mm mortar. The gun technically weighs more than the tank itself. That's why it was railroaded to everywhere it was used. But could you imagine that thing rolling into battle and look, like it's like an artillery, but what you do is your friend tells you, he goes out and spots for you and says, fire in this vicinity. You fire right there, and that shell lands within fart distance of a tank, and it obliterates it. Like,
Yeah.
and like if there's like a squad of tanks there, how big of the explosion would be? It's a 600mm mortar, dude.
Yeah. Just imagine a whole full squad of them, and then you have bomber support in the front while there's a tank battalion in front of you. How much carnage would that be?
It
Just
wouldn't be
having a few
carnage because, one, if your bomber supports get shot down, you're susceptible to attack.
Yes.
Angry, are
But
you watching me or
everybody...
something? What, the fire? Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. And could you imagine that firing across the map?
You know what would be kind of...
Well, yeah, but
You-
if you're alone by yourself and you have no squad mates, you're fucked. Because sure, you can do a metric ton of damage, but you literally have to hope to hell people don't insta spot you when you fire that gun. Because think of it. You fire that thing, you get spotted because the muzzle flash and the... That or they kill your crew because your crew is exposed on the gun. Yes, but if they kill everyone on your gun, you're technically last man standing it.
You know what would be kind of cool if they add this to War Thunder?
What?
That if they add a certain tech tree for planes or a certain equipment, where like if you control a control point, you can spawn in a bomber of some sort, and you can airdrop in like actual infantry. The actual infantry will kind of seek out control points and actually try to take out tanks with like with RPGs.
In what?
Oh, yeah, that could be another thing you could probably drop in.
Yeah,
you
that
could
would
probably
be
get
epic.
behind-
Not only that, having the chance to like Fortnite it, plan where you're gonna land, and then land there.
But the thing is, you...
No.
But the
Did you
thing
know they
is-
actually had parachutes for that? Yeah.
But the thing is, there could be like a risk to it that you could probably get shot down by AA or something like that in the process.
I still think the Carl Garat mortar would be a balance. Because the thing is so fucking massive, there's no way to miss the damn thing.
It's basically a very light version of the mods. Or, not light version, but a heavier version, I guess.
Well, a heavier gun, but lightly armored.
Yeah.
Hell, and you know what's funny? War Thunder have been saying the mouse tank didn't exist. Well, the mouse tank exists. Then they're giving people the E100. The E100 doesn't fucking exist. No. It exists on blue paper. On blueprint. In honesty, nope.
It was never constructed, so therefore does not exist.
Ergo, it should not be put in the game because it physically does not exist.
Like, if it was destroyed,
Yes, it did. No, the treads are actually still attached. The Germans never took the tracks off the damn thing. I mean, they tried to fell the thing, which didn't work. You saw how their explosion technique just killed the hull on one, but yet the tank was alive on the other. All they tried to destroy on the one was the turret. The other thing they destroyed was the fucking hull. But then the Russians just said, fuck it, let's just make these two together and see what it looks like. Ergo,
yeah, but
they mated them together and they got this giant-ass hunk of steel.
the thing is, if they actually, like, add infantry that comes to the control points if you control one, you have something to use your MG for, so that would be kind of nice.
That, or you could use your 75mm coax and high explosive for.
Yeah, and some of the infantry can actually, like, throw grenades or RPG rounds at you.
Panzer
That'd
Shrek,
be
you
kinda
keep
nice.
forgetting. Panzer Shrek. RPGs
Yeah.
didn't exist at that time. No. You want to know what was a good thing for Fallout 4? This would make y'all laugh. One of the mods for Fallout 4, you could actually carry a Flak 88 in power armor. And it had 3 rounds. High explosive. Would. I used the Brotherhood Zeppelin as a fucking house. What are you talking about? There's a mod that I have that literally gives me the Zeppelin. It's in the glowing sea, but it's technically a player home, which means I can live in the damn thing. There's no Brotherhood, but guess what? The Brotherhood may not be there, but all the power armor is. But you want to know what I thought was funny about the Flak 88? Here's the rounds. High explosive anti-tank, AP, canister. Don't
You know
fire
what'd be cool?
No, don't fire high explosive anti-tank in buildings because guess what happens? No, if it hits the target, it detonates on impact. And if you're too close to the target, what's going to happen to you?
You know what I could see
It
that could
is.
revive War Thunder?
What?
a thing that could revive War Thunder is having like a map editor where you can make all of the maps. Having like
Or
all
at
the
least
units
make a
in the
tank
game.
that you can use and you only. No,
Yeah,
I
but,
would
like,
love
the
to.
thing-
No, what I would love to do is pick what vehicle I wanted to use. What vehicle I would use? Carl Garat Mortar.
But the thing is, like with the map editor,
Yeah, I remember that.
but guys, could I say some? Oh, guys, could I say something?
Go ahead.
With the map, yeah, with the map editor, you could probably, place down encampments. You can spawn in the ships that would auto attack, certain areas in the map.
Or
Then
at
you could
least
spawn
if...
in.
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh yeah, but you could basically have a 3-in-1 map. Choosing what to spawn in and stuff like that, and having access to all of the units in the game just to spawn in, to attack other units or stuff like that would be pretty cool. Like, to change the map around. Yeah. Oh yeah, like having a custom match, you can pick whatever ship, that's available to your faction. That'd be pretty cool.
What I would love to have is have access to the Mark 1. And that if I accidentally flip over, I could drive it either way, upside down or right side up.
Because that would be pretty nice, like having a custom match and you can just spawn in.
No, the one I thought would be more cancerous is the AMX with a 6-wheel drive that could go 90 kilometers forward and backward. It would be balanced because if an HE shell lands within fart distance, the damn thing detonates.
Just imagine me spawning in as a Great Hipper and then having access to the German jet bombers. Oh no.
They're thinking about adding one of them that really pissed me off.
Wait, what? They're
They're-
adding another.
No, they're thinking of adding one of the aircraft, and I'm not loving it. They say it's supposed to be balanced. That aircraft is anything but balanced. Hmm? No, 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 no. The jet I want? SR-71 Blackbird is a spotter. Holy fuck, would you piss people off? Do you realize how quick that thing is to turn, even at Mach 1? I
Oh,
know.
it's just having access to a warthog or something like that. Oh no.
That's fucking cancer. No, listen. Your gun goes pew pew. No, your guns go pew pew. My fucking gun goes. Go to hell.
Oh, just having wasn't there like a modern Russian vehicle that just had a tactical nuke on board and you could just fire it in any location?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a truck that had like a tiny missile. Not really tiny, but
No,
it
that
looked
wasn't
pretty big.
that wasn't a missile. That was a Davy Crockett bonehead.
Oh.
I know the difference. A Davy Crockett is technically a recoilless rifle propelled projectile. The U.S. used to have one until they stopped using the damn thing. Yes, it was. It was a mini nuclear bomb. No. That's a misconstrued concept. The little boy was actually bigger than the Davy Crockett. The Davy Crockett was about the size of your fucking head. you could actually pick that sumbitch up and throw it over your shoulder. No, no, no. The little boy, that motherfucker was about the size of a Tomahawk cruise missile. No, no, you keep... No. No. Okay, I'll give you a perspective. Okay, I know how you guys are thinking the Davy Crockett and the Little Boy are technically the same. They're not. The Davy Crockett and the Little Boy are two different bomb types. The Davy Crockett was actually a... Okay, imagine this. A bomb the